What is good, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood gamer Zalgo Cometh, aka GimmeDaWin, back with you again for another card review video, and this time we are doubling up on the card reviews. We got two cards to show you guys today. Brand new cards coming to the game. One is a neutral themed card and one is for the brand new superhero that's in the game. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First up on the board, we got your boy President Garrison, 5-cost fighter for the neutral team. Epic card. Solid card, but there is some downside to it which we'll go into later on. So we got an area attacker card. It attacks in an area, like the word area attacker says. It's also a charge minion though, and this charge calls in a random airstrike on either a summoned enemy or the new kid itself. Enemy leader damage, as you can see based on the stats, there's 22 at level 1, and we got a solid 220 damage at level 1. So you can just imagine how ridiculous that summon damage comes across from that charge attack. Because if at level 1 it's already 222, and we don't really have to imagine because I got the stats to show you guys. So bam. Alright, so at level 1 the power damage on a summoned minion is 222. Max level 4, which is where most people tend to want to get their epic cards to, it does 600 damage. That is ridiculous. That is a solid chunk of life right there. So this card, usability wise, solid card, has 1000 HP at level 4, which is decent enough. Power damage on enemy new kid is 68. Not exactly what you want to have in a chip deck per se, but I mean, any little bit, you never know, it might actually be able to clutch a match. This actual power damage on New Kid Tower isn't all that bad when you really stop and think about it, because a level 5 Unholy Combustion I think does roughly near to the same amount. We can probably take a quick look at what Unholy Combustion does at level 5. Alright, so level 5 Unholy Combustion does 66. So at level 4 max, this is doing 68 damage on New Kid Tower, which is a pretty solid chunk of damage. Lightning Bolt at level 5 does 79. So this is like 10 short of a Lightning Bolt basically on New Kid Tower. So definitely don't sleep on this card. We will show you some footage of the card in a bit, but before we do that, we need to first jump back into our second card that we got to showcase for you guys today, and that would be MintBerry Crunch. I know a lot of people have been hyped wondering where's this card, why isn't it in the game yet? Well, there you go. MintBerry Crunch comes to South Park. As you can see, legendary minion for the superior theme. Wow. I know sci-fi people, y'all are still waiting on your legendary, but it's coming. Red Link's got you guys. We got a 4 energy costed ranged flying unit that has both a war cry and a charge ability. So the war cry, nearby enemy or nearby allies get 50 max HP added to their HP pool for 15 seconds. Not a long time, but you know, some life for 15 seconds can go a long way. Can probably see some cards like Canadian Night Ike, Captain Diabetes, and it'll go a long way because Captain Diabetes health buff helps him regen health even after he goes back down to his normal form. So definitely not a bad thing to have. The charged ability of MintBerry Crunch deals damage in a line to the furthest enemy. The downside to this is that this only works if there's an actual enemy on board. It can't target the new kid, so you can't actually use it to hit the new kid, which is a bit of a bummer. Makes the card, I guess, not as outrageously good as one would maybe expect from a legendary card, but too early to tell. But I do think that this is a pretty solid card for the superhero theme as a whole. As you can see here from the stats, baseline level 1, we got 110 damage on his charge ability, and he gives, like I said before, the 50 max health boost for 50 seconds. Going upwards, we're gonna check out the stats for this card, as it scales, which would be this stats here. So at level most, I guess, people when they think of a legendary card, they instinctively think about the legendary card being at level 3, because that's where most people tend to want to get that sweet spot for a legendary card. So at level 3, we see this card having 433 health, 74 attack, not the greatest of health, not the greatest of attack, but considering it's a range flying unit, that's more or less par for the course. We got 134 max gain. So for 15 seconds, whatever gets boosted will get boosted by 134 HP, which is decently enough. The area of effect for the Warcry itself is not that wide, so you're probably gonna have to clump a bunch of stuff together. But I mean, even something as simple as getting 134 HP on a swarm of cocks that are going towards tower or something, like, you can see where this can get some decent value. And the power damage from its charge ability does 295, almost 300 damage off his charge ability. And this can, like I mentioned before, it can't hit nuclear tower, but it can at least hit summoned minions. I'm not sure if that was an intentional nerf or they just thought to specifically make that a thing. I don't know. Red Links does things because they're Red Links. So as you can see there on the screen, those are the stats for the different levels. And you see the challenge mode friendly fights levels there as well at the bottom. But yeah, all in all, decent stats. Off the two cards, I'm more hyped for MintBerry Crunch because I've played with both of them, and MintBerry Crunch, I like the fact that there's a lot of potential synergy with the HP buffing up stuff, even if it's only for a limited amount of time. Wish it was permanent, but hey, I don't balance games. Red Links balances their game. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys some footage of the cards in actions, try to get some of the voice lines out for you guys so you can hear what the summons sound like, see some of the attack animations and all that good stuff. So without further ado, alright guys, so we haven't gotten a chance to test out any of these new cards, so we're gonna jump into some friendly fights, try our hand with this new card. Well, these two new cards that are supposed to be in the game by the time you'd have seen this video. But yeah, President Garrison is now in the game, and good old MintBerry Crunch is also now in the game, as you would have probably surmised from all the dev notes and whatnots that have been going around. So we are going to jump into some matches and see if we can show you guys some cool stuff with these cards. Hear some of the voice lines, give some impressions on the cards. But yeah, alright, so in our opening hand right here, we already have him. We got the President Garrison himself. Epic card, 5 cost neutral, as I would have mentioned earlier. Area attacker charge, cause a strike on a random enemy, and if it randomly hits a new kid, it does damage there as well. So there's a bit of RNG involved with this card, so that kind of keeps it balanced, I guess. Does a fair amount of damage on summons though. So let's hear what President Garrison has to say.
I don't have any fucking plan!
Does not have any fucking plan, guys. Alright, so here we go.
Alright, take the shot.
You see, it doesn't really do a lot as far as chipping on new kid damage, but for minions, it will definitely do a lot more.
I am at peace.
Alright, so as you can see here, the attack speed of this card, not the greatest. Gonna use the
Fuck
effect.
them till they're dead.
Alright, so you see, did a decent chunk of damage on Zen Carmen, which is a tanky summon in the first place. So, not the best card because the attack speed, because as you can see, it's like so slow. Like, respect to the American flag now, holding it, showing it off, but
Duck and cover, kids.
just way too slow on attack speed. This card will get mauled by any other summons that people send out to deal with it, so I'm kind of on the fence about this card. I don't think it's really good, but at the same time, I don't think it's bad per se, because it legit does a shit ton of damage.
Alright, take the shot.
When it hits actual summon.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Like he said, President Garrison. Alright, let's see if he does damage.
Ow!
Oh, shit. It does damage. It's an AoE attack. Okay.
Son of a
Larry
bitch.
boy surprise.
Duck
So
and cover, kids.
President think Garrison does an AoE attack. Slow as all hell, but I mean, hey, it at least gets swarms off of him. There we go. So the other card on the agenda is MintBerry Crunch, brand new superhero legendary card came to the game. And
Fuck them till they're dead.
it's gonna buff these two guys. Well, it'll also
Check
buff
out
the
this
cocks
trick.
I'm about to summon. If I
I am
could have
mighty
timed it right,
and
but yeah.
minty.
So he's mighty and he's minty, as you heard the voiceover say. Flying legendary card. His effect is
This can't be
supposed to, his charge effect is supposed to basically target anything that's in any summon that's in a straight line in front of him.
Dick shot.
Hopefully we'll get some more footage of that to show you guys. Alright, we back at it again. Let's see if we can get you some more animation and voice lines. Alright, so we got MintBerry Crunch. So we get to put him out first so you can hear what his voice lines are like. We need to put out some stuff to get buffed first, because as you can see, it's a flying unit. The war cry, nearby allies get plus 50 max HP for 15 seconds. And his charge attack actually deals damage in a line to the furthest enemy. His charge attack doesn't work as far as I think, unless there's an actual enemy on the board. So if it's just the new K tower, you can't use this charge attack. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure if I'm even all the way right about that, but you will see. Alright, so we are gonna throw out Dr. Timothy.
I am Dr. Timothy. My mentalism is unrivaled.
Gonna throw out Captain Diabetes.
Sugar is my strength. The mighty shall
Alright.
prevail.
So now, cool combo, we're gonna buff all these guys with MintBerry himself.
I am MintBerry Crunch.
And then now, when we trigger Captain Diabetes, as you can see, he has his charge ability, but there's no enemies on board, so he can't use it. That's gonna be kind of a downside, but at the same time, I can see how potentially that was my point. I can see how potentially that can be a downside, but at the same time, the effect as a whole is pretty strong. So there you have it. Now you know all you need to know about MintBerry Crunch. You heard the voice line, you saw the ability, and you saw the attack. I would hope you were paying attention. My phone rang in the middle of that, kind of distracting, but it's all love.
You want to see real power? President, bitch.
Alright. Let's see what's happening, Garrison. Attack animation.
So I can do whatever the fuck I want here now, right?
Am I fucking your mind? Am I?
I am MintBerry Crunch.
And MintBerry Crunch. Not bad. Oh, and you guys probably want to see what his
I fight Turkish.
charge.
Hallelujah.
Okay, so he does a twirly thing and summons the power of the air.
Fuck them till they're dead.
This
And
can't be it.
Alright, so MintBerry Crunch goes within New Kid's zap range, which is not a good thing, so that's a minus point off of him. But I still feel like he's a solid card. The plus 50 bonus HP can help out cards like Canadian Night Ike or Captain Diabetes. Even though it only lasts for a little bit amount of time, it does help. And that's just at base level 1, so you can imagine how high the health buffs go. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zalgo Comet. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocomet.blogspot.com. See you guys later.